on there, friends? My name is M2Gates, and welcome back to another episode of Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. I am so good at cracking my own voice every time I introduce my videos whenever I record in the morning, and that sucks. Anyway, we're all off last time. We got through the Pit of 100 Trials. It was really difficult, but I managed to surpass it. So now, I gained 7 levels throughout the Pit of 100 Trials, and because of that, I feel like I gained a decent amount of experience from all that, so I feel like the rest of the game is gonna be pretty much free at this point. And by free, I mean easy, for those who don't know certain terminologies. So with that being said, now we're gonna move on to what we're gonna be doing in this episode. In this episode, I am finally going to be doing what I've been holding off for a very long time. I could have done this after I finished Chapter 1, but I decided to do this now, so let's go ahead and do it. So, this is the Trouble Center. Now, I have briefly show this off, and that is to specifically get Miss Mouse, because Miss Mouse had a trouble in the Trouble Center, and in order to obtain her, I had to do her favor in the Trouble Center. So now we're actually going to be doing the actual Trouble Center. So for instructions here, okay. So when you first enter the Trouble Center, you go over here, and the guy behind the Trouble Center will basically tell you what it's like to actually do the troubles here. So these are similar to Koopa Favors from the first game. Every time you complete a chapter, a new set of troubles will be obtained here for you to do. Well, they'll be written up here for you to do. What you have to do here is you go here to this bulletin board, and as you can see, we have lots and lots of troubles. So when you start off doing the Trouble Center from after completing Chapter 1, it goes all the way up to here, and then when you complete chapters, like every 2 or 3 troubles like add up here, and then they eventually go all the way down to here. Now there are actually more troubles when you beat the game, but I'm gonna show this off as a bonus. So I'm just gonna do all these troubles, since these are the only troubles I can do before I do beat the game. So I'm just gonna get all these out of the way, all at once. So, as I said, I did briefly show this trouble off, and that's to get Miss Mouse. But I didn't really like fully explain how like these work. So I'm gonna start by doing the first one. We're gonna be doing all of these. So we're gonna start by doing Garf's trouble here, and he needs a key. They call me Garf. I have lost my key and thus cannot get into my house. It should be somewhere in Rogueport. I just need someone to find it. I'll be waiting for you at the house at the very back end of East Rogueport. Alright, so you have to, in order to do the troubles, you have to select these troubles. And you can only do one trouble at a time. You cannot activate all of them and then do them all at once. Unfortunately, because that's not how it works. So now we're going to go to Garf. Garf is here? Yeah, okay. So you can tell that, so they'll tell you where to meet them. And then you just, and then they'll be like, oh, you're the guy who's taking on my trouble. Okay, let's get to the point. If someone finds my key, they'll be able to get into my house, so I'll stand guard. I think I dropped my key when I went to the bad shop, so I'm not sure. Okay, so he's gonna okay, so he says that he thinks he went to the bad shop. That means it's most likely at the bad shop. So we're gonna go to the bad shop right now, and see what we got going on there. So yeah, some of these troubles are pretty easy. Some of them are pretty hard to figure out. Some of them most of them notably being the recipe troubles, where you have to deliver certain recipes to some people. Those can be really hard, because it's hard to know the different combinations of items in order to get the recipes that they want. But thankfully, I have a set of notes right next to me right now, specifically for those troubles, because I know those are gonna get really hard. Yeah, other than that, it's not terribly hard at all. But you do want to make sure you empty out your item slot. And it's also a good time to get the strange sack from the Pit of 100 Trials, because you're going to be carrying a lot of items as you're doing these troubles. Alright, so deliver the key to this guy right here. I can finally get inside my house again. Home, sweet home. I know, it took like 7 chapters for him to get back to his house. That's really sad. It's a long way right there. Anyway, you do get money for completing these troubles. You don't get a lot, but the money does add up eventually. So I'd say it's worth it if you want a lot of money. So then if you go inside his house again, this is it right here. So yeah, thanks. So yeah, that's that. So that's pretty much how the trouble center works. So pretty much all you have to it's not hard. All you have to do is just read. All you do is just pretty much like read what problem that these guys have, and then follow the steps from there. It's like I said, it's not terribly difficult. So with that being said, I guess I'll just speed through all these, just like what I did from the first game. I'm just gonna speed through all these troubles. So, I guess music time.
every night I will save your life, and every night I will be with you. 'Cause every night I still lay awake and I dream of an absolution. 'Cause